So let's get started with Git. What is Git? Git is an open source software used to track changes in application, folders, and files in a distributed environment by maintaining different versions over the period of time. The data is generated at various geographical locations and needs to be available locally most of the time. And Git provides this functionality. It provides different level of configuration such as local, global, and system. Technically, Git is based on snapshot version methodology. Therefore, Git is extremely useful tool and worth to learn it. Used for coordinating work among programmers collaboratively developing source code during software development. Download the simple step. Browse the official Git website. Git is available for various operating systems. We are on Windows, so we will download Git for Windows and allows the download to complete. Browse to the download location and double click the file to launch the installer. Review the general public license, and when you are ready to install, click Next. At the component selection screen, leave the default, click Next. Select a text editor you would like to use with Git. Use the drop-down menu to select whichever text editor you prefer and click Next. The next step allows you to choose a different name for your initial branch. The default is master. Unless you are working in a team that requires a different name, leave the default option and click Next. The installation step allows you to change the path environment. The path is the default set of directories included when you run a command from a command line. Click Next. The installer now asks you which SS client you want Git to use. Git already comes with its own SSH client, so if you don't need a specific one, leave the default option and click Next. The next selection converts line ending. It is recommended that you leave the default selection. This relates to the way data is formatted and changing this option may cause problem. Click Next. Choose the terminal emulator you want to use. The default MinTTY is recommended for its feature. Click Next. Click Next to continue with the installation. Leave the default option as it is the most stable one and click Next. Depending on the version of Git you are installing, it may offer to install experimental features. This option to include support for FISO code, control, and built-in file system monitor were offered. Unless you are feeling adventurous, leave them unchecked and click Next. Once the installation is complete, tick the box to view the release notes or launch Git Bash